But to get to this point, like everybody should have this feeling. It's just something, like I said, everybody should have, and it's not that hard. It's the weight loss, eating right, workouts, mindset, growing. These are things that everybody should know about.
Today's guest is Brittany, an artist, a single mother, someone who completely transformed her life through health and mindset. Now she's helping other women to do the same. You were sharing your art as 3D Brit, and you mentioned there was a transformation. So there was something that pushed you to say enough is enough, right? So I'd like to just know a bit about this story up to where you are now.
Well, like a year ago, back May 2024, that was the point I was like, okay, art doesn't feel the same. Creating, putting it out, tutorials, it's not bringing the same excitement for me. I'm not sure it's giving the same excitement people are getting from it, what I hope they get from it. You know what I mean? And I wasn't able to make a living from it. It was just something I was doing and kind of fingers crossed. Mind you, I enjoyed it, but there was something missing. It didn't feel like my purpose. It felt like a hobby. Like it was staying a hobby that I was kind of showing, and it just, something was off. Now at that point, I had already been working out almost a year just by myself, calisthenics here in the basement. I have like a power tower, so I was doing like tricep dips on that and knee raises. So just things on my own. And as far as workout, I was trying to lose weight because I would say very overweight. I was 171 pounds and I lost a couple pounds, but on my own, without knowing what to eat, how much to eat, it was coming off very slowly. And I refused to starve myself. Like I tried, I could not do the 1 meal. I could not do the 1 meal thing. So hats off to you. Couldn't do it. And then fast forward, so May, I stopped with the art, was still working out on my own. July 2024, my dad passed. His lifestyle, he was not physically fit. He was very sedentary. He smoked, drank, overdrank. He was an alcoholic, smoked, watched TV 12, 15, 18 hours a day. So just the lifestyle I didn't want to live. And he had gone down a path I didn't want to go down. And so when he passed, I was like, okay, well, it's either time to start living, because if you're not growing, you're dying, in my opinion. So I was like, okay, I need to lose the weight. I need to get serious about it. And I connected with a fitness coach on Instagram, Topham Thomas. Yeah, just watching her stories, her content, I was like, okay, she got the results. I can get the results too. Like I trust her to help me. And I reached out, I DM'd her and we talked. I bought her program, 3-month program, and got started. The hardest part for me, because I'm a picky eater. I grew up on processed foods. I am one to used to hate salads. Like I didn't eat salads. Didn't eat fruits, didn't eat vegetables. It was all processed foods, hamburger helper, macaroni. Like a plate of chili fries was a meal. I mean, that's how bad off picky I was. Grew up drinking Kool-Aid with cups of sugar in it. Just really didn't know how to eat, what to eat. And I couldn't have done it on my own. But no, she taught me the things I need to eat, focus on, and it's macro focused. So we were hitting a certain amount of carbs. So she had customized carbs for me. For my weight, my height, my physical activity. So a certain amount of carbs, protein, and fat, healthy fats. And with that, it took me a month to really get adjusted to the foods that I was supposed to eat. But around week 5, 6, I started losing a good amount of weight. I was seeing it in the mirror. I was seeing the inches come off, and just that confidence was coming in. Slowly, it was coming in like, okay, I've lost a little bit. I can keep going and I can lose as much as I want, because at that point, something clicked. Like it was, okay, nutrition, workouts. She put me on workouts as well. Those two together. And plus at this point, we had started incorporating habits, creating healthy daily habits, non-negotiable habits, right? And then also dropping vices. So the habits I created that I hope, clients create, early wake up time, meditation or prayer, it's up to you, or sit down, we're doing reflection, going over what you're grateful for and gratitude, reading personal development books, at least 10 pages a day. What else? I mean, just creating habits like that, morning routine, along with the workouts and hitting your macros. Those also are the good habits you create. And then dropping certain things too. So dropping vices. Now everybody will have different vices. For me, I was a gamer. So video games, were my go-to. When I was feeling sad and needed to escape a certain situation, like, oh, it's been a long day, let me sit down, and it was video games. So that was my vice. Drinking alcohol was my vice as well. I did have a drinking problem, and I had quit drinking March of last year, March 2024. A year of sobriety here this March.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But yeah, that was a vice of mine. An avid TV watcher. I'd sit down and watch hours of TV, my favorite shows. I had friends that were also the same, because that's what we do. We attract, people that are like-minded doing the same. If it's negative, bad behaviors, we're going to attract those same people. So I'd sit on the phone and gossip with friends and all this here. And that's also a vice, gossiping, talking about others. So when I dropped those things, I was able to not only change my life and keep, the weight off, wanting to keep it off, it became a part of me. And that's why I say, like, going from an artist in May to the person I am now, there was a transformation in the way that I feel like a different person. Like, I've grown so much in the past year. So that's where we are in a nutshell. That was too much.
Nah, it's never too much. Your story, you own it. And I do see a different type of confidence from you. I remember you sharing a story of you, and I believe it was your daughter, and y'all were training in the snow. And I thought of Rocky. I'm like, they're really going hard. Like, I don't know if y'all were doing burpees. I don't know what it was, but I'll never forget the image. How does fitness play in the confidence for you?
Well, it's a couple of things. It's not just the fitness. Now, the fitness, the nutrition, because I feel better from what I eat. Like, so I don't do a lot of processed food. It's very much whole foods, a lot of vegetables now, spinach, broccoli, greens. Like, I'm not used to that, like I was saying, but so I feel better body-wise, how I function. I don't get the brain fog, sudden bouts of fatigue, and I don't get that like I used to off the processed foods. Now, the fitness with that combined with the nutrition, I'm able to see, get some definition and get toned as I was losing the weight. So for that reason, the workouts, the exercise, and you also feel better from that plus the nutrition. Now, how the confidence came about, it's like I said, it's those three things, and also the habits I've been able to create. I mean, you could call it habit stacking. It started off with the waking up early. So my mentor, my coach, is waking up at 2:30, and I started waking up at 3. And mind you, that was the hardest habit to create because I'm not a morning person. I am not. Like, when I was creating art before then, when I was a kid, I've been a night owl for forever. So I'll stay up till 2, 3 a.m. and then, wake up late. So creating that habit, waking up early at 3, it took a little bit. I'd fail one day and then try again the next. In getting that after a while, the 3 a.m.s, I was building trust with myself. And that's what a lot of people miss when they don't have confidence to show up, because you're lacking the trust, the self-worth. But that's where it started. That was the first habit. I was like, okay, I can do this. I can do it again. I can do the things I said I was going to do, even if nobody else knows I was supposed to do it. Do you know what I mean?
I love that the theme that I'm hearing is I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about, you dropped so many gems. First of all, get a coach. I always say, like, if I do a fitness video, consult with the professional. And that's what Brittany did. She got a coach that gave her like the carb. Here are how many carbs you should have based on your body type, right? Like, that's got me like, okay, maybe I should get a coach. But I want to talk to you because of, what habits, what patterns do you see most often in the people that you're helping, that you're trying to help rebuild? What are some of the negative patterns that you're seeing and you wanted to identify and help them eliminate?
People thinking, because of the diets and challenges we have out here, I'm seeing a lot of thinking you have to skip meals or low carbs. Like, there are women, especially older women, I'll say 40s too, I'm in the 40 category, but 40, 50, 60, thinking, too much carbs. Like, they shouldn't have as much carbs as I'm giving them. And what people are feeling or failing to understand is carbs are needed. Now, is there such thing as overeating on the carbs? Yes, especially if your physical activity is low. If you don't work out and you're eating, more carbs, a lot of carbs, than you're able to process for fuel, then it's going to turn into fat. Like, that's what's going to happen. But, when you have somebody that can really customize your physical activity, give you the carbs needed, those carbs are going towards the fuel, your workouts, what you do during the day. So you don't go through the day sluggish, and so you're getting everything you need for your body to function optimally. So that's something I'm seeing as far as carbs. Let's see. I don't know. Trust in the process. At the beginning, like everybody's kind of skeptical. I don't know if this is gonna work. And I mean, it takes time like anything. Until you, like I said, it could be 4 or 5 weeks. Like for myself, I have a client here recently who's lost 8 pounds in the first month, which can happen because as you eat cleaner, you're cleaning out your liver waste, you're getting rid of water retention. So different things are happening, but I mean, everybody's gonna be a little different, but if you work the program, it's gonna work. It's not as hard as we make diets and losing weight and feeling up.
When you think about people that want to make change, there are some people that feel like they're too far gone. They become cynics. Like, what do you say to someone that feels like they're too far gone?
It takes time. The same person that can lose 10 to 15 pounds, on a macro-focused plan and workout, the person who is severely, very overweight, obese, 300, 400 pounds, can have the same results. It's just gonna take more time because you have more to lose. So, I mean, it works for everybody. You will have a different set of macros, depending on your weight, of course, but time, that's it. So, and whether they're either ready, like they've either had enough pain, they're either tired of carrying that much weight or they're not. So whether somebody is willing to put in the work, that's up to them at the end of the day, but it works.
Okay, I hear macros a lot. Let's get down to the science. What are macros? Because I've heard that a bunch of times. I kind of know what they are, but I want to get that explanation from an experienced coach. So talk to me about macros and how we should be approaching them when it comes to putting anything in our body.
Okay. Macros, short for macronutrients, and those are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Okay. Carbohydrates our body needs because it fuels your muscles, it fuels the workouts, it gives you the energy needed to get through the workouts. It helps your body function. It stores your energy that you need to get through the day. Proteins are going to help build muscle. Yeah, their main function is to build muscle, restore muscle after there's been, small tears, because when you work out real hard, muscle fibers tear. But a little bit is the good thing. But yeah, it's gonna help build muscle. Fats, these are very important, actually. Healthy fats, a certain amount of fat, are good for hormone function. So especially for the ladies, that's why it's not good to starve. That one meal a day, you're not getting enough of these macronutrients. Like I said, you're not getting enough hormone function. Then you have issues like hormonal imbalance, and not great. Not good.
What are some good healthy fats that you could recommend specifically to the women that are watching, but I'm sure it would help men as well?
Good healthy fats, I would say grains and nuts. So I used to do pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. Those are a few. So I would say nuts. Now, mind you, like when the macros I'm on, when I assign a certain amount of macros, so carbs, fat, protein, you're gonna unintentionally reach your fat. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to try to eat healthy fats because there's so much, or not so much, depending on what you eat. There's fat in foods already. It's gonna add up. You're gonna hit your, amount of fat number without even trying. Does that make sense? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I wanted a breakdown, and that's a really good breakdown because people approach diets, or not even diets, a shift in lifestyle can be approached by, I'm just going to do a keto, or I'm going to do whatever fad. I don't call it a fad, but whatever is hot, what's hot on social media or whatever. But I never hear it broken down. I've only met one other person who was a fitness coach that talked about macros, and I really love that breakdown. What's next? You just celebrated a year of sobriety. Again, congratulations. I know your clarity is on like Spider-Man level, right? What's the next year look like for Brittany? What's the next year look like as far as where do you see yourself taking this coaching service? Because you've got my interest. I'm going to keep it 100. Yeah, I've lost weight, but I know there's always another level to go. So I'd just be curious to know, though, bringing it back to you, like what's next for you?
What's next? I want to continue helping as many people as I can. I really, really enjoy this. Like, it's taking people from how where I was being overweight and the feeling how I was feeling to then a transformation to just builds confidence in a way, like I was afraid to get on camera. I don't know if you remember, like I was barely recording videos and could barely talk. And then to build the confidence, because that's what it is. Like we're all just looking and afraid of, we're judging ourselves really. But to get to this point, like everybody should have this feeling. It's just something, like I said, everybody should have, and it's not that hard. It's the weight loss, eating right, workouts, mindset, growing. These are things that everybody should know about. And I that's what I want to just spread the word, get the message out there, and help as many people as I can.
Super noble, and it's going to extend your life. Like, why would you not want to know about the type of food that you should put in your body, the amount of food that you should put in your body? Like for me, I'm old school. I go off of feel, but as I get older, I know that I can't always do things the same way that I did them, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? So Brittany at Brittany _A.K_. I'm gonna make sure that the information is there for everybody, because this is just very important. Talk to me about just some upcoming projects, where people can find you. I know I just shouted out your Instagram. Talk to me a bit more about your service, how you help people. I want to give you the floor to pretty much advertise yourself here, so we can get people to follow you, because you're doing some very noble work. You're saving people's lives.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. I'm at Quit. Just DM me. Let's get to talking. But, I have different plans. If you want to just try it out, that's fine. I get it. I have a plan where you can jump on for the month. Of course, I am pretty sure you're going to continue, because, like I said, this works and you will feel so much better in just that month. But also a 3-month plan, 6-month, year plan. What we'll do is we're going to get you, we're going to talk about food. I'm going to put you on a certain amount of carbs, fats, proteins, dialed in macros. So you will find out how much you need to eat, what you need to eat, and a customized workout plan. But with that as well, we're going to meet at least once a week. There's others in the group, other clients. We'll get together on a Zoom call and to really go over wins. Discuss what you're struggling with, and I'll give you feedback. Everybody will go around, so you get accountability as well. Not just myself, who I've already gone through it, but others that are just at your level as well, trying to get through it. And yeah, I will be there for your questions and anything you need. This is for you. This is to help you get to where you want to be, get to that person that's proud to look in the mirror, and let's get you started. So
you have come so far. I remember we were doing kind of like practicing going live like years ago, and to experience this conversation is I'm beaming with joy just seeing your dopeness and your growth. And you're definitely like somebody I want to work with from a coach perspective, because you already have tangible success with people that you're helping. And when you say you've got plans, you've got custom tailored plans for people. You're not talking about, I got plans for the future where we might do this and do that. No, it's here. It's available now. So I really enjoyed this conversation. Brittany, is there anything I missed? Anyone you want to shout out? Anything that we didn't cover on this conversation today?
It starts, like I said, with coaching, getting a mentor. I want to say, like, if you get nothing else, if you're trying to get certain results, it's okay. It's more than okay to reach out and find somebody who has the results you're looking for and asking them, how can you help me? So I would suggest to anybody, please get a coach, mentor, because it will shorten the gap to get those results. And getting in certain rooms, like Zoom calls, people that are trying to go through it as well. And I want to shout out my mentors. My first, Topham Thomas, she gave me the program, taught me how to lose the weight. And then her mentor, who was later my mentor, Wes Watson. And then even before that, Nikki Saunders and the Deeper Than the Brand crew. Without all those people combined, like this confidence, this interview, like those things may not have happened. So shout out to them.
Shout out to Deeper Than the Brand. Shout out to Nikki Saunders, who helped to build an amazing community of creators that are just filled with growth mindset. So we wouldn't be having this conversation if not for that. So if you're looking at being a loner and doing everything by yourself, that's cool. But there's a lot of confidence that is built within a community. Brittany just talked about different coaches and mentors, and it truly takes a village. No matter your age, where you're at in your life, there are people that can come and help you. You just have to be willing to put yourself out there. With that, we're going to get ready to sign off. Brittany, I definitely want to talk to you again. I'd love for you to be like a regular because I talk about fitness. So, we can definitely have more conversations. Yeah, my biggest takeaway is I need to focus on the macros. I eat portions. I try not to eat a portion any bigger than my fist, but it's deeper than that. So I want to understand the science because that's when I can really reinvent myself. So thank you for coming through. Thank you to everyone for watching and for listening. Make sure that you like this video and follow, share with people who are interested in redefining, reinventing themselves, both mentally and physically. Until next week, this is your boy Freed with The Art of Being Freed featuring Brittany. We will see you all soon. Peace.